which career would you rather to have had?
I'm not Floyd and I'm not Pacquiao. That's not my thing. My thing is that for Pacquiao, I really hate for his sake that he didn't get to fight Floyd when he was at his peak, because I know he wanted to fight Floyd at his peak, but Floyd did different things and didn't fight him at his peak. So to talk about who career you rather have, I ain't got to get into all that. I would rather for Pacquiao, like Pacquiao, I'm sure, to have been able to fight him at his peak, because when you get to your peak, that's the time to fight the best fights in your career.
Roy Jones, Roy Jones. You know Roy Jones, right?
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very much. You get a shout out for Team Locked In. You agree with me, Roy Jones? Roy Jones is in his prime. Man, like fast, footwork, strong. You see Roy Jones in his prime? Yeah, I think so.
Sugar Ray Leonard. That guy, he also almost, just like how you say about me, I never really wanted to fight him. I knew that for a fast fighter like him, the jab is your problem. He can't stand the jab in his face. If you let him move around and do what he want to do, he going to beat you, because he's very explosive and he's very mean. To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name Sugar don't mean nothing. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, this in around, between around 13 and 14, I think. Let's go down. These say, you're blowing it, son. Sugar Ray Leonard got went there and put these things on time.
Well, I look at it in a situation like this. I mean, they compared me to a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, I'm talking about as far as skills. You know, as far as my skills, and I feel I'm on the level of a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, and I feel that he's not on the level of a Roberto Duran, so he's not gonna be able to have him at all. You can mark.
What if one comic could spark a whole new debate in boxing? Roy Jones Jr. recently shared his view that a prime Sugar Ray Leonard would match up very well against Floyd Mayweather Jr. The take quickly gained attention, and Mayweather responded, showing how seriously legacy discussions are taken at the highest level of the sport.
So I just asked me, do you think Floyd Mayweather could beat Sugar Ray? I said no. And then I guess Floyd got mad about it. But think about this now. When you name your top 5, of all 3 of y'all right now, named y'all top 5 best boxers of all time, 4 of them gonna be black, if not all 5. Right? Right. Am I fair to say that, right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
yeah.
So if you don't have a black fighter that you fight that's on your level in your prime, how can you say you pound the best? Sugar Ray had Tommy Hearns. He had Marvin Hagler. He had the guy that's not black that a lot of people gonna put in the conversation, Roberto Duran. He had Wilfredo Benitez, who basically a black Puerto Rican. You understand me? He had several guys that were on his level, and 2 or 3 of them were black guys that he beat in their prime when they met. Not waiting until somebody beat him. He beat him then. So for me, it's hard. I hear you, and like I said, the man even said himself, he chose the money over legacy. He chose currency over legacy, which I respect him when he said that, because that meant a lot. That basically was him saying, no, I'm not even tripping on that pound. I chose currency.
So at your greatest, were you better than Floyd?
Absolutely. And I'm not saying it because, I'm not bragging, but then again, my mindset as a fighter, as a champion, would always tell me I could beat Mayweather, I could beat Tyson. That's what made me who I became.
Mayweather is a counterpuncher. So how would you, okay, you got to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather. How do you fight him? How do you fight Floyd Mayweather?
There's no one way to fight Floyd Mayweather. He is that good. He's that talented. Floyd, no one could penetrate his defense. I mean, he's one of the best guys out there. But I would say body shots. But then, it's so hypothetical. I feel kind of awkward talking about.
At the same time, talk around a possible rematch between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao continues to build interest. Reports suggest that both sides are carefully working through the details, focusing on clear terms and proper structure if a fight is to happen.
We need this rematch because of the unfinished business in the first one. Like, there's a doubt, like, I'm supposedly win the fight, and there's a lot of distraction on the first fight. I got injured my shoulder, my rotator cuff, so that's why I got operated right after the fight. So we need rematch. So people deserve this.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, Jazz.
Go ahead.
Jazz, why is this the right moment for this rematch?
Look at boxing. Look at how boxing's at the forefront of everything, right? I mean, it's the original legacy sport. You have people from everywhere watching it. It's global. And then Floyd and Manny's first fight was the highest grossing boxing event of all time, record breaking. So now you shift from the pay-per-view era into streaming era. You have Netflix that's the dominant force. And look, they have positioned themselves as a premier producer and broadcaster in boxing, right? And for their live streams and whatnot, live events. So having Manny and Floyd on Netflix is the biggest thing in the streaming era, right? So they've done, these guys did it once in pay-per-view, and they're going to want to shatter all the.
Sports broadcaster Dan Patrick has highlighted how major fights often involve complex negotiations. Behind the scenes, these discussions include contracts, timing, and business considerations, which can take time before anything becomes official.
How did we get here? I guess UFC. Yeah, Paulie.
Mayweather Pacquiao 2015. They estimate that it was the biggest single fight revenue ever. 410 million in revenue, 72 million in ticket sales at the gate on the property.
Yeah, and I always thought that Floyd was a brilliant businessman, but you start to read articles of, he's got things in foreclosure, and I can't imagine that you would lose Mike Tyson did. But then, we had people stealing right in front of him. That was the difference here. But with Floyd, I thought Floyd was like a Darrell Revis kind of businessman. So if he's coming back because he needs money, that is sad. Yes, Todd.
How much money, and I don't understand the financial part of how they get millions of dollars to have these fights that supposedly are kind of ridiculous and it's like an exhibition nobody wants to see. How much of that money is based on who goes to the fight and as far as people that are buying pay-per-view? What if so many people decided, I'm not going to the fight, I'm not going to watch it on pay-per-view, they're still going to get millions of dollars? There's still enough money out there to pay these guys crazy money?
No, Paulie just gave you the numbers. It's a rev share. I mean, they share. I don't know how they divvy it up. I'm sure Floyd got more money than Pacquiao, but, you might get 40% of the gate. Pacquiao gets, 25% of the gate. But it's $400 million.
This also raises a bigger question about timing and motivation. Fighters like Mayweather, known for managing their careers carefully, tend to make calculated decisions. Whether it's about competition, legacy, or opportunity, every move at this level matters. If a rematch is confirmed, it would immediately become one of the biggest talking points in boxing.